All praise, man. The brother's been speaking well through the Spirit, man. And if you don't know, we are the Israelites coming out here to teach you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that we are the Israelites. How y'all doing, family? Y'all got a minute? Can I ask you a question real quick? Y'all got time for a question? Come on now, y'all got time to come down here and see costumes, but y'all ain't got time to deal with y'all brothers. You know, so give me the book of Jeremiah 51 verse 6. Give me the book of Job chapter 9 verse 24. Because what we come out here to do is teach our people that it's time to return back to the Heavenly Father. We got wars going on the earth. We got famines going on in the earth. We got sicknesses going on in the earth. And every city in America is clustered with crime on top of crime on top of crime. And meanwhile, you know, so we got our people living reckless down here, man. Give me the read this.
Job chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
What?
The earth is given to the hand of the wicked.
So when you look around you today, this is wickedness in God's eye. The Bible says the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. What is the wicked doing today? The wicked got you Israelites out here partaking in folly. You know what I'm saying? Y'all sit out here profaning the Lord's Sabbath day, walking around with costumes on, making this day all about yourself, all about your creator. Read it to me.
Jeremiah chapter 51 verse 6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
What the Lord say?
Flee out of the midst of Babylon.
Read.
And deliver every man and his soul. Be not cut off in her iniquity.
Be not what?
Be not cut off in her iniquity.
So if you blacks and Hispanics don't flee from this, the Lord say you'll get destroyed. Hey, sister, you got a question. And then the sister want to throw middle fingers, man. You know what I'm saying? And then the sister want to throw middle fingers up at the man of the Lord, but she's still caught up in her oppressor's way. Give me 1 Samuel 12 verse 20. You give me the book of 1 Samuel chapter 24 verse 13. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what the people do. You know what I'm saying? They hate evil. I mean, they love evil, but they hate the good. That's right. When you see brothers with campsites, with Bibles, with the attire of a man of God, right? You understand what I'm saying? Want to come out here with glass and beers and put their little outfit on? Read what you got.
1 Samuel chapter 12 and verse 20. And Samuel said unto the people, fear not, you all done all this wickedness. Fear not, you have all done this wickedness. Yet turn aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart.
Let's let these man back in.
Hey, the sun down, huh?
It's all funny, man. Read this again. Call it out.
1 Samuel chapter 12 and verse 20.
Hey, bro, I can ask you a question real quick, brother. You know what I'm saying? These people hate our people. Read this.
And Samuel said unto the people, fear not,
Right?
ye have done all the wickedness.
You have what?
You have done all the
What
wickedness.
is the church? This Comic Con?
Ye have done all the
wicked.
wickedness.
Read.
Yet turn not aside from following the Lord.
What we telling our people?
Yet turn not aside from following the Lord.
And y'all need to be out here trying to inquire of the Lord, man. You know what I'm saying? Who got common sense in downtown Atlanta to realize all these wars that's going on in America? Who got common sense to realize that God is letting His true word be brought forth in and day out on the Sabbath day throughout the four corners of the earth? Who is going to take heed to this? Read.
But serve the Lord with all your heart.
And do what?
But serve the Lord with all your heart.
Now, serve the Lord on Sunday, but on Saturday be caught in idolatry.
But serve the Lord with all your heart.
And we telling y'all, come out here and start serving the Lord with all y'all heart, man.
That's
and
right.
see, the problem is, y'all think we crazy. Even though y'all dressed up out here like some fools, you got your wife walking down here with a fake mustache on. But we crazy because we reading out the Bible. Give me 1 Corinthians 10:14. Read what you got.
1 Samuel chapter 24 and verse 13. As saith the proverb of the ancient.
That's what?
As saith the proverb of the ancient.
So we're not the new people on the earth saying this right here. Our forefathers spoke about this. Our forefathers spoke of this. Read.
Wickedness proceeded from the wicked.
What?
Wickedness proceeded from the wicked.
So when you realize something, we just told y'all it's time to flee out of the midst of Babylon. The so-called white man is the most wicked and perverse man there is. We understand this sin. And what the Lord just say, read that again.
Wickedness proceeded from the wicked.
So the Comic Con is coming from your oppressor. And what is he saying? He got y'all out here partaking this because why? He don't want y'all to come back to y'all nationality. Why don't we have a Sabbath con? You know what I'm saying? Let's shut down downtown Atlanta and see if everybody want to keep the Sabbath of the Lord. Everybody love the Lord out here, right? You know what I'm saying? Nobody want to pay attention to it, read.
Wickedness proceeded from the wicked.
What the Lord say?
Wickedness proceeded from the wicked.
And this is what the Lord is telling you Negroes, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Read.
1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 14.
Read it out.
Wherefore, my dearly beloved, flee from idolatry.
What the Lord say?
Flee from idolatry.
Now, come partake in it.
Flee from idolatry.
So the Lord is telling y'all gotta flee from it. And how y'all doing, family? Hey, y'all got 2 minutes to answer a question. Now, come on, come this way. Y'all come this way, bro. We y'all people. Y'all walking past people dressed like dragons, orphans, freaks. But y'all can walk in and ask y'all a question real quick. What's y'all nationality, bro? American? Good answer, bro. Good answer. Let me answer this for me. Turn this sign around right here, King. Right? So, if you're an American, right? So, are you just pure American or you got another title to it? Are you African American or you American? You're American, right? You African American, right? I'm glad you said that, so let me ask you a question, King. In South Africa, do you know who populates South Africa? Who lives in South Africa? What people live in South Africa? Predominantly, huh? Whites, right? So if a white person from South Africa moved to America, what would their nationality be? African American. So is it safe to say that you and a Caucasian person have the same nationality? Or is that a place of a land that you're living on? Right. And so this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, brother. It's impossible for you to be an African American or an American because guess what? Those names come from certain white people who once inherited the earth and did something great amongst their community, right? So when you think about, let's start with America. When you think about America, America was named after an Italian map maker by the name of Americo Vespucci.
Wake him up!
Have y'all ever heard of him? You heard of him, right? So do you descend from him? Right, so if you don't descend from him, the question is now, why are you basing your nationality after him, right? And when you think about Africa, Africa was named after a Roman general by the name of Leo Scipio Africanus. Have y'all heard of him? What is he known for? Huh? You said for who? No, Leo Scipio Africanus. Have you ever heard of that man? No, right. So this is what I'm telling you. Leo Scipio Africanus was a Roman general who defeated a dark king by the name of Hannibal. Hannibal was the king of Carthage during the Punic Wars. Have you heard of the Punic Wars? You know what I'm saying? You know Rome won that war, right? So rewarding him for defeating Hannibal and conquering North Africa, right? They named the whole landmass after Leo Scipio Africanus. So now, knowing that America was named after Americo Vespucci, which you see on this side right here, and Scipio Africanus, could that be your nationality? So your nationality be based off who founded the country. So what is your bloodline? Give me Jeremiah. Give me Psalms chapter 49:11. Give me Deuteronomy 28:37. So what I'm showing y'all here is, King, y'all, it's safe to say that every single last one of y'all descended from slaves, right? Just like we are, right? Right. So with slavery, when they brought us over here and they took us off the boat, was they taking us off the boat talking about, behold ye Americans, we got African Americans. And when they went over there and found you in the west coast of Africa, was that landmass you dwelt on, oh, this is the African American? Was the part of West Africa that they found us and brought us over here, was that reason called Africa American? Right, so what you got to understand is that landmass is called the Kingdom of Judah, or Kuda. So you got to understand, where can you find the people of Judah? No, not pretty much out there. You can find them reading in their documents written in the Bible. So what we teaching y'all out here is that the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we are the Israelites that the Bible speaks of. That's right. And what y'all got to realize is, and you work with me for a few minutes, right? Y'all had your nationality lost from you, right? let me ask y'all this question. Y'all look like some very intelligent brothers. Why do y'all think we went into slavery out of everybody on earth? So we strong. So a strong people can let a weak people come conquer them and put them in slavery. That don't make sense, brother. If we strong, so a strong people can let a weak people come take them and put them in slavery. Is that possible? So, if in America, would you think of America a strong country today with the military might, the resources? They can cut water off. They can take food from us. Would you deem this a strong country? Right. So today, if we wanted to make Americans slaves, can we all just link up and say, you know what? Put the Bible down. Put the microphone down. Cut the camera on. We finna enslave America. Will we be able to do that? Us as a people. Huh? So without no guns, without nothing, we can take this country down, and you know what I'm saying? We can put all these people in slavery. Right, because why? We really don't have power, so what I'm trying to show you is I'm going to show you the reason why we went into slavery. I'm going to show you the reason why you think your nationality is American. Right, so watch this. First, read this real quick.
Psalms chapter 49 verse 11. Their inward thoughts is.
So when he said their inward thoughts is, he's referring to our oppressors, which are the so-called white man, which is the Bible speaks of as the devil. Watch this, brother.
Their inward thoughts is
Read.
that their houses shall continue forever.
And when he refers to their houses, he refers to their kingdoms, right? Watch this.
And their dwelling places to all generations.
Right?
They call their lands their own name.
He said what?
They call their lands their own name.
They called their lands after their own names, right? So what you gotta realize is the same people that enslaved you, when they came and conquered this land mass, when they conquered Africa, they named it after themselves. When you think about the states, when you think about Rome, all these countries were named after the so-called white man. So now when you think about it, when you think about us, we are calling ourselves our nationality and what we descend from after our oppressor. Watch this. Give me Isaiah 1 and 3. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
What the Lord say?
Thou shalt become an astonishment.
So the Lord said that the Israelites that he was speaking to, y'all familiar with Moses, right? Yeah, y'all, who did Moses deliver out of Egypt?
Right.
His people, which were who? Huh? Yeah, the Israelites. Don't you gotta speak with confidence? Speak up, bro. You got all the answers back there. You know what I'm saying? Watch this. Read.
A proverb and a byword.
Y'all know what a byword is? What's a byword? A byword is a name somebody calls you out of your God-given name or your inherited name. So God said the Israelites would be called a proverb and a byword. Read.
Among all nations.
Among who?
Among all nations.
That's why when you go find and try to figure out who the Israelites are today, God told you one of the clues that you will have is they will be called proverbs and bywords. They won't be called by their original name, right? So watch this, brothers. Watch.
Isaiah chapter 1 verse 3.
Watch this.
The ox knows his owner.
Right.
The ox knows his owner.
Read.
And the ass his master's crib.
So you got an ox, that's a dumb animal. He knows who his owner is. If an owner goes across the street, guess what that dumb ox gonna be doing? He gonna be making sounds looking at his owner, because why? He don't know us. And he said an ass, a donkey, also is another dumb animal, but he said what? But you know it's his master's crib. But watch this.
But Israel does not know.
What the Lord say?
But Israel does not know.
So it's a problem here because God said an ox knoweth his owner and an ass his master's crib. But when you look at the Israelites throughout the four corners of the earth, the Lord said they don't know where they come from and they don't know who their master is. So now when you think about that, when you think about all the world religions, right? Is it safe to say that the white man knows his origin, where he descends from? He knows his original language and tongue. What about the Chinese man? What about the Japanese man? What about the original African man? What about the Arab? When you think about all these other different people, right? They know where their land is. They know where their descendants from. They know their own language. They got their own currency, right? And what the Lord said about Israel?
But Israel does not know.
Now they know everything.
My people does not consider.
He said what?
My people does not consider.
Now you gotta ask yourself this. Why does the Israelites consider who they are? Right? Watch this. Give me Jeremiah 17:4. So watch this. So now I can tell it's kind of striking you before, right? So now you gotta realize something. What person, let me figure out a way to ask you this. When you think about the Bible, what people were the first people documented to be slaves? That's a good question, right? So when you think about it, you said it earlier. Who did Moses deliver? So where did he deliver them from? Huh? From their oppression, but from slavery. Right, so now when you think about this, right, watch this, brother. No, this never mind, this right here.
Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 4. And thou even thyself.
Who is he referring to? Jeremiah was an Israelite, but this is a prophecy concerning the whole nation of Israel, read.
And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
And now what?
That I gave thee.
So the Lord gave the Israelites a certain heritage when Moses delivered them out of the land of Egypt, right? Y'all familiar with what a heritage is? What is a heritage? Right, give me Sirach 17:11 real quick. So watch this. What our heritage was, I'm about to show it to you. So you gotta realize, do y'all feel like, as black people today in America, do y'all feel like we got a heritage? What is our heritage?
Good question,
So think about why you think she's saying, nah, I ain't gonna worry about that. What do you think our heritage is as a people today? I'm saying just give me some examples of what, if we was talking about Black History Month and I got up there and said, you know what I'm saying, I just love the heritage of being an African American. What is the heritage that the African Americans have in America today? Huh? Past 60 years. So I'm saying, what do you, in your aspects or in your history, tell me what heritage do you feel like we have? Right. So what heritage is that? I'm talking about as a whole. I'm not talking about your back. I'm talking about when you consider your people as a whole, right? You know what I'm saying? Never mind. So when you think about the white man, right? They can tell you what their heritage is. They can tell you what their heritage is founded upon. Right. When you think about the Chinese man, they can tell you what their heritage is, right? They can tell you what their heritage is founded upon. Right. When you think about the Negroes in America, the Hispanics in America, what is their heritage? You know what I'm saying? And what you can realize, the reason why it's taking you long to answer it, because I'll answer it for you. We don't have a heritage here. You know what I'm saying? Only thing we got is hobbies. We got talents. We don't have a heritage. I'm going to show you what our heritage is according to the Bible. Read it.
Sirach chapter 17 and verse 11.
Come on.
Besides this,
Read.
he gave knowledge.
He gave what?
He gave knowledge.
Read.
And the law of life.
And the what?
And the law of life.
Read.
For inheritance.
For what?
For inheritance.
So the Lord gave the Israelites, not only did he give them the land of Israel, but he also gave us laws and statutes and commandments for inheritance. You want to know why? What does the law tell you? If we didn't have laws in America, what type of country would this be? A non-anarchy, right? So watch this. God gave the Israelites laws, statutes, and commandments, right? So now I'm going to show you something. Give me the book of Deuteronomy. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, give me Numbers 24 real quick. And start at verse 5. You give me the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, verse 26. So what I'm showing y'all is here real quick, bro. We are the Israelites. And we're going to show you how we the Israelites, because why? Our nationality matters. Do you think knowing who you are matters? Hey, bro, in the green, what's your name, bro? What's his name? What's your name, brother? TJ. TJ, do you feel like your nationality matters? Why do you think that? He said who you want. Say that again. So I agree with that to an extent, but I don't, because guess what? When you think about the world, do y'all believe in God? Y'all believe in God, right? And is it safe to say when you read the Bible, God had a chosen people? Right, and what did he give his chosen people? We just read. The earth. But in order to give them the earth, what did they have to do? They had to go through. Now I'm going to show you, read it. Numbers 24:5.
Numbers chapter 24 and verse 5.
Watch this, bro.
How godly are the tents, O Jacob, and the tabernacles of Israel.
Exodus 24, Salah. So watch that, I'm going to show you something. The reason why it's important to know who you are and where you come from, because God has a certain people that he chose. And these certain people made a covenant with God and an agreement with God in a contract that, you know what I'm saying, we're going to make a deal. You do this for me, I'll do this for you. And if those people don't know who they are, right, and they just doing what they want to do on earth, and they not keeping that part of the contract, what'll happen? Whatever the consequences was for breaking that contract, they got to go for it. Do you think that's fair? Right, it's a contract, so watch this.
Exodus chapter 24 and verse 4. Verse 5. Verse 4. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early in the morning, and built an altar on the hill, and the 12 pillars, according to the 12 tribes of Israel.
Right?
And he sent young
Verse 6.
Verse 6.
Watch this, bro.
And Moses took half of the blood and put it in his bosom, and half of the blood sprinkled on the altar.
Watch this, bro.
And he took the book of the covenant,
And the what?
the book of the covenant,
So the covenant is the law of God. Watch this.
and read in the audience of the people.
Read.
And they said, all that the Lord has said will we do.
So our ancestors told God back then, all the things written in your covenant, the laws, the dietary laws, how I'm supposed to deal with my neighbor, how I'm supposed to deal with my wife, how I'm supposed to deal with the Sabbath day. All these things will we do. Watch this.
And be obedient.
And what?
And be obedient.
Read.
And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people.
Watch this. Read.
And said, behold, the blood of the covenant, which the Lord hath made concerning all these words.
So now watch this. On the contrary, right? So get Deuteronomy 28:15. So upon this covenant, right, he sprinkled blood. So in the Bible, the only way a covenant would be signed and assured and for sure if it was blood in it, a sacrifice, right? So watch this. Read what you got.
Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse.
You heard that, TJ? Who are you talking to in this text? The Israelites, right? So watch. I'm gonna read again. Read.
Deuteronomy chapter 11 and verse 26. Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse. A blessing if ye obey the commandments.
He said what?
A blessing if ye obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you this day.
Watch this.
And a curse if you will not obey the commandments of the Lord your God,
So watch this.
but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day.
So watch this, TJ and bro. The reason why it's important to know who you are and to know who your nationality is because this simple answer. If you don't know you're a part of a covenant and a part of a contract, and you break that contract, like we said, there's consequences. So with this contract, God told Moses to tell our ancestors, if we kept the contract, we'll be blessed. But if we didn't keep the contract and we turned aside from it and we do what we want to do in the world, he said we was going to have curses be brought upon us. So now I want to show you what the curses is that happened to the Israelites. So where you look around the world today, the Lord told you that the Israelites will be a byword amongst the world, right? We won't know who we are. We won't even consider who we are because why? The Israelites will be living in the world as slaves, as oppressors, as a byword of people who don't know who they are. So watch this. Let's do the first read verse 46 real quick.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
So the Lord said the curses that he was going to bring upon the Israelites
Moab
will
is
be
finished,
upon them for a sign.
Moab
When you
finished.
pull up your phone and say you're going to a different area that you're not familiar
Moab
with,
is finished.
what is the GPS on your phone for? To do what? To guide you, right? And it'll be as a what? A sign to you, right? And if it tell you to make a right on Andrew Young, when you look at that street sign, it's a sign to guide you to what? Andrew Young, right? So now when you think about what we about to read, the Lord said he brought these curses on the Israelites for a sign. So when you start to think about who the Israelites are, why does my people go through this, go through that? You will be able to have this as a guide and as a sign to guide you to where you will be able to pinpoint who the Israelites are. Watch this.
And they shall be upon thee for a sign, and for a wonder.
For what?
And for a wonder.
When you wonder, are y'all familiar with Sonya Massey? Sonia Massey. She was a black woman who said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus" to the police officer and got shot in her face, like last month. You familiar with that? And you didn't. Where you been at, brother? You been working? I'm just joking with you, bro. All right, watch this.
And upon their seed forever.
And he said these curses that we're about to read about were going to be upon the Israelites and their children forever. So from generation to generation, if you know who these curses is in Deuteronomy 28, right, you will always be able to pinpoint who the Israelites are. Watch this, bro, real quick. Go back to verse 15.
Verse 15.
Watch this, bro. What's your name? Yeah. Larry. All right, watch this, Larry.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 15.
Read.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
Watch this. Let's read about the curses real quick that God brought upon the Israelites. Read.
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
What?
Cursed shall thou be in the city.
Hey, Larry, real quick. Is it not? How do you feel like our people was cursed in the city during slavery? How much so? Enough to be slaves, but we were sold in the cities, right? Did hangings happen in the city? All right, so let's bring it back home today. When you think about Atlanta, what people do you see predominantly homeless in downtown Atlanta? Black people, right? Our people. When you think about the ghettos and the slums, right? When you think about gangs, when you think about gang banging, when you think about stolen cars, drive-bys, what race of people come to your mind when you think about those topics? Black people, right? Do you see Chinese gangs in America? Do you see Japanese gangs in America? Do you see Japanese women in America portraying rap music to their people to shake that ass in the circle? So when you come back and think about all these things that our people synonymously going through here, and you see unjust murders happen, right? You got to understand, we were the ones cursed in the city. Real quick, get Zechariah 11 and 5. I ain't gonna be long with you guys. See, you know what I'm saying? Your homeboys kind of dipped out for you. Yeah, I'm finished. Yeah, I'm about to finish this off for you real quick. Get Deuteronomy 28:16. Read what you got real quick. I want to tell you another way how we cursed in the city.
Zechariah chapter 11 and verse 5.
Real.
Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
So the Lord said the Israelites' possessors slay them and they hold themselves not guilty when they kill us.
And they that sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord."
What they do to slavery?
They that sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord."
What our slave masters say?
And they that sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord."
Read.
For I am rich.
Why and what?
For I am rich.
You gotta think about that. Our slave masters killed us unjustly, sold us as slaves unjustly, and said, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich." Because why? They had Negroes in the sugarcane field. They had Negroes in the tobacco fields. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about these things. And I'm gonna ask you this because I know you're from the slide. Watch this, Larry. Hey, you too, bro. I'm gonna ask you a question real quick. How did we come over here as slaves? By what means of transportation? By a boat, right? Is there any other way you heard that in history where it was foretold that was going to happen? You can't recall, right? So let me show you something real quick. Read this.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 68.
Read.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
So he Lord said he was going to bring the Israelites into slavery again by way of cargo slave ships. Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt see it no more again.
What he referred to is our homeland. So the Lord is telling you he sold the Israelites into slavery by the way of cargo slave ships. And he said, where I told you also you weren't going to see your homeland again. Watch this, bro, real quick. I'm going to let you go.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies. For bondman.
For what?
For bondman
Read.
and bondwoman.
So you got to think about it. He said, and there you were going to be sold unto your enemies. So when you think about what you and your buddies even doing tonight, these people who you walking beside, who you partaking with and celebrating this feast with, right? The Lord called these people your enemies. You know what I'm saying? Just 100 years ago, or 150 years ago, these are the same people who sold your people into slavery. True or false question? I ain't putting y'all on the spot. But is it true that our ancestors sold our ancestors into slavery? You will say yes, right? It's the truth of that, more or less, right? And when we came over here, what means of transportation did we come over here by? By slave ships, right? So it's true, you read that in the Bible, right? So now, this is what the Lord is telling you, Larry, because now you see, you know what I'm saying, these prophecies in your face. And you got to realize that you are an Israelite. These curses come upon us. But now this is the message that the Lord has for you.
Hosea chapter 14 and verse 1. O Israel.
Oh, who?
O Israel.
Oh, America.
O Israel. Return unto the Lord thy God. Return unto the Lord thy God. For thou hast fallen by thine iniquity.
How did we fall?
For thou hast fallen by thine iniquity.
So, Larry, you got to understand that the reason why our ancestors were sold into slavery here is because why? We did not keep the commandments of God. We did not take heed to the covenant. So now what must we do? Read.
Take with you word.
Take what?
Take with you word.
So even though your homeboys walked off, they kind of left you. They sitting there like, man, these dudes screaming in the mic. They talking about the Bible. They talking about racist things. I'm not with that. They walked off. This message is for you. So the Lord telling you before you leave today, take what you want
And turn to the Lord.
and do what?
And turn to the Lord.
So when you go home tonight, it will behoove you to go back and fact check something. Are the Jews black? Go back and read Deuteronomy 28. Go and read the description of the Israelites in the Bible. Did you know that Moses was a black man? Did you know that King David was a black man? Did you know that King Solomon was a black man? What about Jesus Christ? Right, so if Jesus Christ was a black man, he came from the tribe of Judah. You a black man that went into slavery like the tribe of Judah. What did that tell you about yourself? You as well, so what do you think you should do? Spread the word, but now before you spread the word, what do you think you should do? Change yourself, right? Right? What's this? Come here, man, I'm gonna let you go. I said, where to see first? Come here, what's it read? Do what?
Remember this.
That's the Lord saying,
Remember this.
So everything we just talked to today, the Lord is saying, remember this. Don't forget this tonight. Don't get drunk with your homeboys and get too twisted to where you wake up in the morning and you miss this message, right, Reed?
Remember this. And show yourself man.
And do what?
And show yourself man.
This is how you show yourself a man by taking heed to the commandments of God, right? So you gotta understand this, bro. So hey, man, I'm glad you listened up. Y'all give them a flyer. Yeah, the brothers be right here every week. We be down the street every week. Hey man, take heed to this, bro. Go back and research. You say you're a military man, right? So you see all the wars going on in the Middle East and in Ukraine and in Russia, right? All right, so this is what I'm saying. Them wars going on for a reason, bro. Because the Lord is about to bring judgment on the people that enslaved us, and a part of that war, He's about to deliver us, right? So take heed to that, bro. All praise, bro. Appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, all praise to the Lord, man. You know, and this is what we out here for. You good?